Vols are back.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown being. Look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a peon, kind of time we on. Jump roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants to do S class. I'm like, move, you must ask. They pour way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a whole up class. Hit the gab, I talk that gap. Strut like up, man, I walk that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walk in the spot, but they all get lit. Told them on flow, let me talk my shit. Every song bang when they drop in hit. Stand on the man, post stop, no miss. Over your head, next time, don't slip. Play your part, better read that script. Yeah, I'ma walk like this.
Okay, enough of that. Well, we've reached the end, everybody. Well, almost the end. Next week is the end, and I'm going to talk about everything I've planned for that in a few minutes. But welcome back to the Volstar Podcast. Juilo will be in here momentarily. As I'm sure you know by now, all of his technology is 20 years outdated, so it's going to take him a little bit before he can get in. But WolVolrine's here, everybody's favorite punching bag when it comes to most humorous jokes on this channel. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. I mean, everything's been going all right. I've mostly just been working, and I've mostly been trying to straighten up my room. I recently just got a shoe rack for all my shoes, and I've been playing a lot of college football is what I've been doing, and hopefully I could try to start uploading videos sometime soon. I was thinking about making a Central Michigan Dynasty series on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, Juilo just sent me this. This is what he's getting every time he tries to log into the StreamYard. So again, 20 years outdated when it comes to technology.
The shame of Campbell County. Oh my gosh. Dude, you live in Polk County, TriStar. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm going to try and figure this out whilst we're interacting with the comments. Good to see everybody in here. We got a nice big little crowd tonight. Hey, congrats on the shoe rack. How many pairs of shoes do you have? Plenty of shoes.
Yeah, I'm quite the shoe collector. I got like 10 pairs.
What's more outdated, Julio's technology or Memphis's infrastructure? Pretty much everything about Memphis is outdated, though. They haven't done anything to repair anything over there in 10 years.
Yeah, as you can see, my nickname on here, 200 million. Memphis offered the Big 12 $200 million today to join their conference, and the Big 12 immediately said no. Like, even the Big 12 doesn't want you, even if you're paying them to join the conference. They still don't want you.
Well, they don't. The argument there is that, oh, you need all the help you can get for football. When most of Memphis's success has come in basketball, so they don't need any help in basketball. It's just not enough. So, I mean, with 16 teams already in there, I don't see why they want to expand even further, add more doo-doo amongst the doo-doo pile. Because think about it. If they were to win a playoff game, that now the earnings from that playoff win are going to be split even further. They're already having to split these millions of dollars that they get from playoff games. They have to split it between 16 teams. Now you're saying we got to expand it even more to 17 and then eventually 18 if we add somebody like South Florida? No, 16.
Yeah.
16's a lot, but it's not the maximum.
Yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous to me. I just wish, like I've said multiple times on here, I wish we would just go back to conferences when they were based on geography and, rivalries and stuff like that. That's what I wish it would go back to. But we've already reached that point where it's not going back to that anymore. And I just got to say, I'm not liking the direction college football is heading in. I mean, with, NIL and all these players getting paid, and there's been rumors going around
Sorry to cut you off, but I'm really sorry. Speaking of prehistoric times, look who finally figured out their phone or whatever they're on. Juilo, welcome, buddy.
Oh, sorry I'm late. My thing, it was just a white screen for like 5 minutes. So
Yep.
I don't know
That's how it goes. Welcome to the show. Episode
thanks.
99. Now that you're in here, I can go ahead and start out with our topics for the day. And considering it is our final episode until episode 100, we're going to do these last two episodes a little bit differently. So I'll start out by saying this. I've been talking about it for like ever since episode 90, but I had some big plans set for episode 100, and that I've been trying, basically teasing you with what I had planned for episode 100. Now I'm gonna finally reveal what I have, because turns out it has completely crashed and burned what I had planned. So, my plan was, and I did go through with this, I reached out to about as many VFLs as I could through Instagram, through Twitter, through text messages, through whatever else I could find, through Facebook. I went through tried to find every single VFL I could ever think of and list them. Some of them were gone. Like, for example, Jim Bob Cooter, if you guys remember him, I tried looking for his contacts, and he's just nowhere to be found. He's just off the face of the earth. He's literally nowhere. He exited through a different dimension. We have no idea where he's at. But he's not the only one. There have been several examples of that. Most of my DMs, I tried to reach out to people through Instagram, and while it did crash and burn, I have yet to get many replies. I did get a few. Of course, my good friend Billy Ratliff, shout out to him. He responded. We might be able to get him on episode 100. John Kelly, former Tennessee running back, he responded. We might be able to get him on. A couple of other guys, I think, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but they were down to do it. I think Jonathan Crompton was also good to go. So if we can get those guys on, that'd be great, but don't count on it, especially since the plan I had set has not gone as expected, not gone as I wanted it to, but that's just how it is at the end of the day. So pending things don't go my way, which is 95% the way we're going to go. What we're going to do is we're going to do pretty much what we're doing today, but we're going to do it probably the final episode will make it our longest episode. I have no idea what our longest episode's runtime is. I think it was like somewhere around 2 hours, so I'll make it like 2.5 hours maybe. But it would be free form like this. We'll just talk to the comments, answer any questions you guys might have, and we'll be giving a limited edition Volstar podcast giveaway. And basically, I'll push everybody's name from the chat. Just put your name in, and I'll put it on a wheel. I'll spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on, that is who will win it. If you send a super chat, you'll add a little bit more to that. So, for example, if you send a $1 super chat, instead of having your name on the ballot once, you'd have it on there twice. And so that just basically doubles the chances of you winning. Now, the gift in question for the giveaway is likely going to be a limited edition Volstar Podcast t-shirt that only me, Lucas, and Julio will have copies of, and of course the winner. So yeah, that's what I have planned in regards to the last few episodes. And now, if you haven't been paying attention to what I have coming afterwards, don't worry, this is not the end of the Squidtard Monday shows. I'm going to be starting a new show every single Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my boy, Mr. Red. Now, he's not a Tennessee fan, so I'm going to have to hear some crap from him because he's an Ohio State Buckeye man. But I'm sure we'll have a great time. It's going to be an all college football show. We're going to be talking just college football every single Monday at 8 o'clock. And yeah, that's the plan for the future, you guys. So thank you all for sticking around for as long as you have with this show. It's been a fun ride, I'll say that much. Now, I will say this, and I'm holding both of you guys to it. You and you. I'm holding both of y'all to it. I'm giving you guys a tiny homework assignment for this week. Before we reach episode 100, and we've had many good times on here, as I'm sure you know, I want you to find some of the best moments from the Volstar podcast so that I can share them with our crew, share them with the people during episode 100 next week. And I'll leave it up to your guys' jurisdiction. But since my original plan went through, I was thinking about moving episode 100 back to a Monday night. Would you guys be okay with that, or would you want it to stick with Saturday?
No, it's fine. I could do Monday night. I mean, of course, I got this the job that I work at now. I don't have to wake up early anymore, so I'm fine with that.
So you're good next Monday night?
Yeah.
All right, Julio, you good? Of course, yeah. There we go.
Sorry,
okay.
yes, sorry.
Okay,
I thought
okay.
I had my thing unmuted. I was
Okay.
echo.
Spectacular. And yeah, like I said, you guys just find the best clips from the Volstar podcast. Use some help if you need to. I'm sure there's some fellow commenters here in the Volstar podcast that have some good memories of the show linked inside of their heads. Yeah, Super Nuclear. Watching.
I know Nuclear. He'd probably the best moments. He'd probably just put moments of me just making a fool of myself.
Yeah,
that's probably
great
what
moments.
he would do.
Yeah, great moments. Very, very good moments. All right, well, I did want to answer some of these comments since this is more of a free-form show. There really isn't much going on in the college sports world for Tennessee since we're midway through the off-season anyway. I mean, we got through media days, but to be honest, most of what Heupel said in regards to the football season was coach speak. And now we did learn a little bit of something about what Nico's dad was telling Josh Heupel before they left. We learned that today. And if you thought Nico's family was snakes before this, just wait until you hear this. So before Nico and his family left Tennessee for UCLA, Nico's dad allegedly told Josh Heupel, and this is quote, "You got to get better recruits, or you got to get better around him if you want us to stick around." That's exactly what he said. And that's according to the Try That in a Small Town podcast, where Kirk Herbstreit, of all people, said it. And unless you're a Florida State fan, Kirk Herbstreit is a reliable source. So, yeah. In conclusion, good Lord, what a complete snake. The entire family. Holy shit. And I do feel, somehow I still feel bad for Nico, because if his dad wasn't the worst PR manager in the history of history, this probably wouldn't be nearly as bad as it is. But it's just, the Nico saga is just getting worse and worse and worse.
I feel like it's one of those situations where you try to live vicariously through your more talented son. Just the old classic, dad trying to live through his son.
Yeah. I mean, it's pathetic.
Yeah. Also another thing. Let's be honest here. We know Tennessee's got better players than UCLA. Like,
exactly.
Just recruit-wise.
See, here's the funny part. Okay, here's what's so comical about that whole thing is that he went to Heupel saying, "Hey, so I know you guys like recruit in the top 10 annually every single year, but look, all your guys around Nico suck. We want what Ohio State and Georgia have. We want to have just 5-stars surrounded around Nico, or we're going to leave for a better program." So he leaves in pursuit of a better program, only to wound up at one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. That you can't make that up. UCLA is so bad that they sit at the very bottom of the Big Ten Conference. They're down there with Rutgers and Maryland. They're down there with those piles of doo-doo. They're that bad, and that's where Nico transitioned. So go on.
It's actually, I don't know, it's just funny. Like he said he wanted better recruits, but UCLA, I'm pretty sure, is lucky to just have like a top 30 recruiting class or even top 40. Like, you leave Tennessee, who usually has like a top 15, top 10 class every single year, to go to UCLA, who's lucky to just even get in like the top 40.
I can't wait. See, this is what's so funny. He acts like Tennessee had a terrible offensive line and terrible wide receivers. Wait until you find out what you're going to get at UCLA. Holy you got to be an absolute lobotomite at this point to say that Nico is going to improve over at UCLA and have a better take UCLA to like a 9-win season. Like, come on. Like, how can you be that stupid? He overthrew screens at Tennessee. How the hell do you overthrow a screen? How is that possible? He somehow pulled it off, though. This guy, Nico, yeah, I'm glad you left. Nico, I'm glad you left. Get out.
Dang. That's gonna be a top clip. I'm gonna ask to be put on the final episode. Jeez.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you dig yourself deeper with everything that he said. How can you? And I do feel bad, at least some semblance of bad for Nico, because I know he'd be in a better position if he didn't have the absolute worst PR manager in his father, because this dude is making a complete ass out of the both of them on a weekly basis. I mean, it's ridiculous. You're not Deion, buddy. You're not Deion Sanders. Nobody gives a shit who you are. Nobody cares. You're not Deion Sanders. Nobody's running cameras around you 24/7. Everything you say comes back to bite you in the cheeks. And so good luck with it, buddy. Good luck with it. Good luck getting your son into the NFL. And if he does, I'm looking forward to seeing how you ride the coattails of him. Pathetic.
Wow.
Pathetic. I gotta
Also, how much money did he cost Nico, if I remember correctly? Didn't he cost him like $1.5 million or something like that, or half a million?
Something like that. Like, Nico's already gonna make like $8 million here, and he's making less now at UCLA. It's incredible. Like, Nico had a good situation here. He was making more money. He had better talent around him, and he leaves to go to UCLA where he's making less and having less talent around him, but not even that good.
Also higher tax rates too, because you forget how much California taxes people.
And here's the deal: we do have partial blame as the University of Tennessee. We do have partial blame in this. Well, a lot of the blame even, because we're the dumbasses that paid him $8 million to come here. And when you pay a guy that much just because of his stars, like I mentioned, he's not loyal to you or the program. He's loyal to the money bag. And if you don't give him more and more and more of that, he's going to go on and say deuces. It doesn't matter how much talent he actually produces on the field. All that matters is the money. And you burned way too much of it. Maybe we need another one of those reductions. Maybe the NCAA needs to just go ahead and take some of our money, because we obviously have no idea how to spend it.
Yeah, this is what I'm not liking about college football now. I feel like NIL, in my opinion, is starting to ruin the sport. Like, school pride, if it's not dead, it's definitely dying. Kids only care about the money now. They don't care about the team they are playing for in the front of their jersey. They only care about the name they're playing for in the back of their jersey. They only care about themselves. They don't care about the team. They only care about the money. I don't know. This is what I hate about college football. And, teams, schools coming out, doing all this NIL stuff, the talent fees, renaming stadiums, putting logos on fields. And LSU is planning on putting logos like on their jerseys to get NIL. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah. And what's sad is that a lot of the casuals believe that every single dime of this money is going to the athletics program, going to the players, going to the... Hold on a second. I got mail. But a lot of people think that all of this is going to the players, going to the program itself, going to build a future for our players here. But that's a big fat load of bull dookie. Because a lot of that money, a majority of it, is going to corporate and it's going to the elites. And that's what makes me the most angry, is that a lot of that money isn't even going to the players, it's just going to the elitists who are getting even richer than they are now. So it's corporate greed, And because we have a useless sandpaper condom-esque organization like the NCAA, none of it's going to get fixed. Because you want to know how they tried to fix it? By punishing somebody who didn't deserve to be punished, and that was our program. Because this is the whole thing. We talked about this before. When Spire Sports Group flew Nico on a private jet, the excuse was, that's illegal. You can't do that. It was a rule established after it happened. The NCAA dropped a whole bunch of brand new rules following the 2023 season after all of that happened with Nico and the private jet. And then you know what they did? Oh, you did this thing that's now illegal, but you did it back when it was legal. So guess what? Now it's illegal, and now you're going to get punished. Ooh, we got you now. You want to know why we sued you? That's exactly why. And you sit there and if you knew you were in the right, you wouldn't have sat there and settled like you did. But that's what you did. You settled because you knew what you did was wrong. And look at where you are now. You got about 5 more years, I think, before you just completely collapse as an organization and these conferences just maintain control of the entire sport of college football. Or somehow some miracle happens and like freaking Josh Pate or Squidtard becomes the ambassador of college football and then everything fixes itself. So we'll see. We'll see.
So there's a YouTube video. I told Lucas about it. I meant to say it on the podcast before my mic cut out last week and stuff like that when my mic started working at the end, which was, it's called You Will Never Look at College Football the Same. I think it's by Michael McKelvey on YouTube. It's a great video. I think he explains like the problems college football will probably face in the future, and even starting now and stuff. And it's a great video. I just recommend everybody watch it. I think it explains all the problems and stuff.
There's too many to count at this point.
Somebody said, when are we going to do questions?
I mean, we're doing questions now. This whole thing is questions. What you asking? Is that the question? When are we going to do questions?
Yeah, I guess that was the question. But I guess we're doing them right now. So, yeah, I guess if you guys want to start asking questions, I mean, you can go ahead and any of us could try to answer the best we can.
Carolina Jackpot's in the chat. He said, have you reached out to Garen Dudu, though? I did actually. I actually did. I reached out to him on Twitter, and he never. Yeah, I never got a response. Yeah, I know.
I think we should reach out to Montario Hardesty just to piss off South Carolina fans.
a lot of these players, when I reach out to them, like I reached out to Carlin Pickens, and at that point, it's basically just me shooting straight from the moon. So, but
yeah, the Steph Curry meme.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I would have loved to have Carolyn Pickens on here, but I think everybody knew that.
Goobass, how'd y'all meet? So how did I? Well, I met Lucas because he was one of the original people that was subscribed to Squidtard and Squidtard Sports. Back when I did Tennessee videos, he was one of those guys who would always comment on my stuff. So when the idea of the Volstar podcast first came up, he was actually one of the first guys I reached out to. And then a couple of episodes in, he told me about this guy named Julio Rodriguez, who was in his Twitter spaces all the time. He was very knowledgeable about Tennessee sports outside of football. So I was like, all right, let's bring him on. And that's basically the story.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we met. Of course, the first video I found out about Squidtard was, I think Squidtard probably already knows, it was that Georgia State video. I was absolutely ashamed that Tennessee lost that game, but I mean, I guess bad things turn to good things, because I mean, if I would have never saw that video, I probably would have never seen Squidtard. I mean,
it's also kind of funny. So whenever I was approached by Lucas to be on the podcast, it was kind of weird because I'd only known Squid because I used to watch Uncle Lou like whenever I was younger and stuff, and I remember him talking about you and stuff like that. About any time Tennessee would come up or whatever, and so I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." I know him somewhat, but I hadn't watched I'd watched some of your videos and stuff like that.
All right. Well, now you know. Super Nuclear, thank you for the $2 super chat, says NIL ruining NFL rookie egos as well as getting money. Well, the thing about that is they go into the NFL with a much higher expectation of themselves and how the people around them should treat them. They go in thinking that they are above some of these people, and that definitely causes problems. It causes problems in the locker room for one, and then it definitely causes problems on the field, because if you think that like, for example, if you think you were the hot shit in college and then you get to the NFL and you still think you're the hot shit, boy, a big welcome party is going to be for the only thing you're experiencing. Big time reality check.
Yeah, there's very few people that are like, I would say, that have confidence and they kind of deserve it and stuff like that. Like, I can only think of like a couple players that are like extremely confident and back it up. Like throughout the NFL history, like for example, Randy Moss, Deion Sanders. I mean, Jalen Ramsey until he's starting to get worse now, but Jalen Ramsey, Josh Norman for a couple years, Richard Sherman. Like, I mean, there's very few.
Real quick.
Back up the trash.
Something I had a feeling this was it. I had to check. It's mail time, everybody. You guys
just got a letter.
Yeah, I did. I did. I just got a letter from guess who?
The University of Tennessee.
Who? Yep. Looky there. The University of Tennessee.
Is it your talent fee?
I think it is. You guys. You know, we've had talks about this before. I never would have. I mean, I'm a very, very high level talent. Okay, not when it comes to opening envelopes. I'm a very terrible talent at that. But everybody's got something they're bad at. I mean, Nico can't throw a screen pass, so you know, you gotta take it for what it's worth. But man, I cannot.
Would you rather, if you had to have someone complete a screen pass to save your life, would you rather have Jared Garantano or Nico?
It's a letter saying that Squid was able to get season tickets this year.
Look at this, everybody. The talent fee came through. It's the talent fee. Let's go.
Never mind.
The talent fee. Woo!
Never mind, guys. It's a parking pass.
That is a talent fee, because I've fought through blood, sweat, and tears to get this son of a bitch. You know what? You want to know how much this costs? I want you guys in the chat to take a fat guess. Now, you might go to UT, so if you do go to the University of Tennessee, and you know the answer, which I'm assuming you do by now, don't say it. I want the people in the chat to say it.
I'm going to say $50. I'm going to say 50.
I was going to say 50 too.
So for the whole year, think about that. The whole year, that parking pass.
Oh, okay.
100.
125?
You said it's 100?
Yeah. Is it higher than that?
400.
What?
400?
No. Ain't no way.
Before that, last time I got it, 2 years ago, when I first got to UT, it was actually 200. So, but here's the deal. So, it was $200 back then, which you know, at that point, already ridiculous, okay? It's already over the top ridiculous. And the next year when I tried to get parking, you know, I was struggling. Like, absolutely, everybody was struggling. There wasn't enough parking. If you get there, like at 11 o'clock for like an 11:20 class, good luck trying to get to class. You won't make it. Every single spot is full unless you pick one directly on the outskirts of campus. You're going to be taking a 30-minute hike if you do that, though. Or you can scan around campus for 30 minutes to an hour, but you're still going to be so late to class you won't even be able to make it to class.
All right.
So,
yeah.
but point being, okay? So, after all of that, you know, I mean, they've gotten so many complaints. I'm sure they have. The UT administration, they have gotten so many complaints about how bad parking is because nobody can get a parking space, too ridiculously expensive, the whole ordeal. So, their idea to fix the issues of parking, okay? Their idea, a magnificent big brain idea, right on this one. No, you think, oh, they're gonna make more parking. They're gonna make more parking. No. Okay, they're going to make commuter spots or non-commuter spots available to commuters. So then the students can park where the staff usually parks. Nope. The grand genius idea was to take the $200 and double it. They doubled this thing right here for just a year to $400.
Man, imagine $400 for a piece of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Oh man, this is why I can understand why people say that college is a scam. Like, that's ridiculous. $400. You're already paying all that money for tuition and also all that money for books too. Like, might have been a good thing that I dropped out.
Yeah, they're real smart. They're real smart individuals, is what I think. You know, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense to me. But before you know it, parking is going to get even worse because there's so many students going that then they're just going to be like, you know what? All right, there's too many students here. So you know what we're going to do? Well, let's just remove the state income tax. Like, what? The idea, I'm assuming they're thinking is that because they installed this too, the same year that they bumped up parking passes, they installed a park and ride system, which is basically you get on a bus that goes from the Coliseum and then drives to campus, which is about 10 minutes. So you got to arrive to that bus about an hour before class. And more often than not, it's kind of a big fat waste of time because that bus doesn't even arrive when it's supposed to. And on top of that, the main entrance to get into campus has blocked off due to construction. So then it delays it even further. So
yeah,
it's gotten so beyond insanity that I'm just going to be happy once I'm out of there at this point. The college experience is dead, it feels like.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but after like that's pretty much almost the price of a Switch 2. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry for all the people who go to college, like you and Goob and everybody else who goes to college. I tried to go to college; it wasn't for me. But honestly, now that I'm starting to see all these prices, I honestly think college might be a scam. I know people might get mad at me for saying that, but it legitimately might be a scam.
You're not that far off, and I've heard stories about this, and I can back it up with some of my own experiences. Advisors over at UT, because this is the deal. Every single community college in the state of Tennessee is supposed to be linked with the upper echelon schools like Tennessee Tech, ETSU, and of course the University of Tennessee. Well, I'm not sure about ETSU and Tennessee Tech or MTSU or Memphis or all those other schools. But the main one that they're connected to, University of Tennessee, they say that the community college is linked to them, which is probably true, and they might be in cahoots with each other, but they might not be. To me, it seems like absolute bullshit, because I've heard many, many stories about this, where advisors will tell you that you have a full ride scholarship to the University of Tennessee with no pay, and tuition, you may have to pay like $2,000 per semester. No. And then you go there, and guess what? Now you're paying up to $10,000, $15,000 a semester, and on top of that, you're already in debt due to loans. So basically, you're just stuck in debt your entire life. They lied to you. And I've heard a lot of experiences about that, and it's the way it looks, it's starting to seem true. So it's definitely gotten to an insane level. And it's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better is what it seems like. And it kind of ties into what's going on with NIL. All these upper elites are so committed to the bag that they're willing to kill everything else just to make sure to get the elites as paid as highly as possible. It's a messed up situation going on.
Yeah, I will say though, shout out to all the students out there who, want to become like doctors and nurses and surgeons and all that stuff. Shout out to those guys. They basically spend quite a bit of money to, go to school to, do that stuff to, try to make the world a better place. So shout out to those people.
Yeah, the only reason I'm committed to staying at UT at this point is if the YouTube career falls under. That's the only reason why. Because I'll obviously need a backup plan if YouTube ain't going as well for me as I want it to.
Well,
now I'm
right
committed
now,
to this program. I'm committed to the Squidtard program. So my loyalty is directly committed to Tard Area University. I'll stay that.
yeah, well, at this point, it'd probably be a good thing that you stay committed to the YouTube channel because, I mean, you're making pretty decent money on it. So, I mean,
yeah. I have some really, really great people that watch me. A lot of great people. In fact, we've got 22 great people in here right now watching. Let's see. Yeah, college is so dumb. So glad I never went to college. For some jobs you need it, but if you're doing blue collar work, just go to trade school. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
yeah, it's better to just go to. Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, if you're doing like blue collar work or just doing like a banking job like what I'm doing, you can go to vocational school, or heck, if you're just doing it like a teaching's job, you could just go to one of those small community colleges.
Yeah. How much is tuition at Tard Area University? It's actually free. Just hit the subscribe button and everything pays for itself. I know, crazy. Every time, I don't know if you guys knew this, but every time you hit the subscribe button to Squidtard Sports, $1 million in funds are automatically transmitted to Tard Area University. So hit that subscribe button.
So wait, it goes right to their NIL collective?
Just go to the school. Then they can split it up, NIL collective, do whatever. Getting YBG Don to move a little faster. Stuff like that. Let's see. When's that SEC video coming? I've started on the script today. I'm probably going to get that finished sometime this weekend. So that's at least where the plan is staying at. Again, I'm terrible with deadlines. I'm not going to shy away from that. I'm very, very bad with deadlines. But if I say the weekend, that gives me ample time to do what I need to do. Not only to make the video, but to make it right. Because that's the main thing. Because I don't know how many times I'm going to have to hear from all these other people. You make one single editing mistake or one single error in the script, and immediately you got about 12 commenters like, actually, West Virginia won 10 games in 1972, not 1971. I don't even know if they did that, but that's just an example. You get my point, though. Or if you dare make a grammatical error. Oh boy, you make a grammatical error. Oh, it's an absolute tirade in the comment section.
Yeah.
By the way, my favorite part of your West Virginia video is you singing Country Roads.
Country roads, take me home.
I'm mad at myself. I was planning to download that, just the raw footage of me singing that song, but I lost it.
Man, so, I haven't been able to watch your Neil Brown video yet. I'll probably try to watch it sometime.
Oh, no, my singing was absolutely phenomenal, by the way. I surprised myself.
I mean, it can't be as bad as like some people on American Idol. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing's for sure: if I went up for America's Got Talent, it would be for just that. My editing skills.
Yeah, editing skills probably.
Do you plan on diversifying your soundbite catalog?
What are they doing? What are they not doing?
Let's roll every day.
Wait, what did it say? I didn't hear it.
You present, but you ain't really there.
Talking about the same things.
Does that answer your question? I certainly hope it does. Did you compose the instrumental as well? No. Thankfully, there's versions of Country Roads that I can download off of the internet.
When's the next Yenzer collab?
I don't know. Wait for Pittsburgh to do something stupid, and then we'll have a good answer there.
I'd love to meet Urinating Tree, but yeah.
Oh, he's a great guy. Love that guy. He's very very supportive of everyone. Even the lower tier YouTubers, everybody. He's very very supportive. He helps out a lot of people. He helped me out, definitely, for sure. And when I didn't even ask for it. So, like, I give a lot of credit to him for that. I give a lot of credit to the stuff that he's done for this channel. And overall, he's just a fantastic guy. I would have loved to go down there for the Melonheads game, meet some of the other people I know down there, but don't have the funds for that just yet. But maybe the year afterwards, you could see me on that team. I don't know. Who knows?
But yeah, it'd be cool to meet urinating tree at some point. Who knows? Hopefully, one day I could get big to the point where I could actually meet him. But I don't know.
Keep working. Make that mustache look good, and then you'll have the looks for him.
Hey, my mustache does look good, man. What are you talking about? It does look good.
I didn't say it looks bad. I'm not. Don't put words in my mouth. Is Tennessee going to beat Pig Time this year? Well, if we don't beat him this year, we never will. We have the home field advantage, which is pretty much the only way I'd see us beating them. Got to do it this year. We have a way more talented team. No excuse not to beat them, in my opinion. This man about to tear Georgia a new. Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, I'm gonna have fun ripping apart Georgia. Speaking of, did you hear they finally released the intro for the new the plus version of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? And I the entire time I saw that, I was like, what perfect timing. Speaking of perfect timing, there goes 1990s Wi-Fi once again.
Perfect timing. Yeah, perfect timing. When you said perfect timing, for some reason I just thought of Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, the song. Oh my
yeah.
God. Yeah.
Like, every single time somebody says perfect timing, I think of Shedeur Sanders' song, dude.
Pending they ever make the playoffs, I'm definitely using that for the Get Out video. When's the Les Miles video? He has a lot of shit to go over. Well, for the coaching experiences, I like to get the ones from the most recent firing, so from last year. So it probably won't be this off season. Might be midway through the season. I don't know. We'll see. But it just all sort of depends on how much free time I have. But don't bank on that until next off season.
A lot of people got questions for Squid. They ain't got questions for me or Julio.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure they'll.
I had to drop out because my mic wasn't working again. For my headphones.
I'm just joking. I don't mind if they just keep asking questions about you. I mean, you're the biggest content creator here.
Here's your comment, Lucas. Lucas, are you gonna play Sonic Mania again? By the way, I beat that game. I don't know if you know.
Oh man. Probably. I know Connor. He keeps asking for it, and apparently I gotta listen to him. So I'll probably play it on Wednesday, or at least try to. I need to play Assassin's Creed again, though. That's a good game.
Wait, which one?
The second one.
Chunky Chuck asks, what's your favorite type of tree?
What's my favorite type of tree? I guess an oak tree.
And the oak tree. Is the clown music the circus music or the Wallace and Gromit? Oh, well, I had somebody say, oh, when are you going to use some different songs? Basically, this is my response to that. Here's my response. Get out! Because that's never happening. If you're expecting me to not use one of those 3 songs in all of my videos, then I'm sorry, you're at the wrong channel. If you're not going to watch because I'm using that song, you're better off not watching. Sorry. That's a brand at this point where you're not getting rid of that.
I'm assuming it's like the Get Out soundbite and then like the circus music, and then I can't remember the third one.
Are you going to make a video on Lane Kiffin? Well, if Lane Kiffin ever does something stupid to add on to his already huge chapter of coaching failures, then I probably will make a video on him. And, hey, Squid, when are you going to make the SEC video? Spaz the hell out of Brian Kelly. Don't show. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No. LSU is going look, here's the thing, okay? I had to do some research when I talked about some of the other, all the other Power 5 teams. A lot of my stuff here is going to be home cooking. Knowledge I know straight from the heart. So I'm definitely going to rip into LSU, rip into BK. I'm going to have some things to say about them.
Are you going to play Jared and VC? Probably not.
If Jared is open for it, we might try and get the two of these guys to play on stream. Get the show running a little bit longer, but I wouldn't count on it. It just all depends on what Jared's doing. And you can screen share Lucas through your Xbox or whatever, right? So that we have
PlayStation, but I mean, I could screen share it to like other people on PlayStation, but I can't like.
Okay.
You know,
well, as long as we get a screen share of it.
Yeah, I mean, I can stream it onto YouTube. That's what I can do, but I can't like screen share it on Discord. So
you can't. Okay, never mind. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. So I would have to stream it on YouTube.
Well, that's gonna be a problem because then you'd have to leave. Whatever. Well, if you guys want to go watch WolVolrine get massacred by Jared, you can go join the Squidtard Discord. Yeah. It's funny. I'll tell you this. So, in the Discord, okay, look, we just started this. We literally advanced to week 1 today. We're doing a Tardaria Dynasty, and a lot of the people in the chat are in it, okay? And, he's in it. Julio's even in it. Everybody. We've got like 30 people in it right now. He has been mouthing off about Jared for a full week now, saying Jared's not ready for the smoke. He's not prepared. I'm going to absolutely body him. Before we began the show, I told him about the idea to have the two of them play on stream. And he goes like, oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. I don't want to play him on stream. I don't want to play him on stream. Why not, buddy?
Well, almost because playing on stream is bad luck for me. And look at that. You made me freaking spit everywhere.
Okay.
It's bad luck. Every single time I go on stream, I lose.
Didn't you beat Super Nuclear, though, on stream?
Oh, yeah, I did. Well, the thing is, though, that Nuclear is terrible. Like, how did you lose to him? How?
Hey,
when
Lucas.
When turns out when you play as Alabama, things happen. But that's all there is to it.
Hey, Lucas, do you want to tell him what happened today when me and you were playing the glitch?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I already told him, but I could tell everybody else.
Yeah,
here
tell
what
the chat about that. Yeah, that's important.
So what happened today, chat, is me and Julio here was playing a game. I was Arkansas State. He was Kansas, but I guess that doesn't really matter. I was up with Arkansas State. I was up by 9 points. 9. So basically a 2-score game. Julio, he has the ball. He goes down the field. He scores a touchdown. Makes it a 3-point game. And Julio decided to go for a 2-point conversion to make it a 1-point game. He doesn't get the 2-point conversion, so it remains a 3-point game. But there's a flag which allowed him to go for the 2-point conversion again. And then he went for the 2-point conversion again, and he got in the end zone, and it counted as a touchdown. It counted as a touchdown, and I even have it clipped on my PlayStation. I'll probably try to upload it on Discord later tonight.
You need to send that to the No Context College Football account, like right now, because the people need to be aware of that glitch. And if it's happened to you, I'm sure it's happened to somebody else. They just never reported it.
Well, I was abusing him with one play on the goal line because all it was an RPO where you fake it to the halfback and then throw like a out route to the tight end. And he tackled my tight end, and that's what set the glitch off. That was the flag. And so I just ran that play again. And then whenever I got into the end zone, did that say touchdown? And I was like, why am I up on him?
Yeah, I was so upset. I didn't break anything, but I rage quit. But I don't care. I think that seems like a actual reasonable thing to actually rage quit over, because that was absolutely Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
What?
It was funny though. Is it just me, or does everyone suddenly despise LSU? Well, people despise LSU, but it's not suddenly. I'll say that much. Is your goal to make a video on every team in FBS? That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna make one about well, I'm not going to make a video about all the teams in the Power 5, but I will talk about them individually. And then when we get into August, I'm actually going to make a prediction video on each team by conference. So I'll make a Big Ten prediction video, and it'll be formatted like all the others. Just at the end, I'll give my prediction on each and every team.
Apparently,
Well,
Jarrett said he's ready to go.
Well, we
Okay.
we already know who Squid's gonna project to win the Conference USA. It's gonna be Utah.
Well, since you can't stream on in for the people, that does kind of suck. I was really hoping you could do that, but I guess maybe you could live stream it on your end, and then we could watch you get bodied that way.
I'll probably try to stream it on my end.
Or I'll just record it. How about that?
I mean, can't you? Yeah, you're friends with Jared on Xbox, aren't you? Can't he share it on Discord?
That is true. I can do that. You're right. Okay. Well, all right. We'll make that work. Let's see. Hey, Squid making the new SEC video. He's going to talk about Florida, Bama, and how good they are. Oh yeah, Florida, Bama has 7 natties in the last 6 years. Let's see. Where'd you get the clown music from? So the clown music, if you're there's 2 editions. I'm sure you're talking about the different one, the one that lesser people use on YouTube videos. So there's the one that people always use, and that's the first one I saw when I looked up the circus music. And I didn't want to use that one. Instead, I wanted to use the other one that I used for my Clown of the Week edition. So I did a little deep diving, scrolled down a bit. I saw several different editions. And then I saw one, I think it was called like Clown or Circus Music Long Edition. Clicked on that one. And then, of course, it was different. So I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to use this one. Naturally, that's the one I use for my Clown of the Week stuff. Lucas, can you break down that video you made on Thursday?
No, we're not talking about that. We're not.
All right. Do you still have the mask from the pre-face reveal days? I'm glad you asked that. I think I still do. If it's anywhere, it's here in this closet. So. Oh, there's my shoe collection, by the way. Very, very nice. It's somewhere. I know that. Okay, it's not in there. Might be in one of these drawers, maybe. Oh well. I know for a fact I've got it somewhere. I just don't know where. So yes, there is that. And that's, somebody asked earlier about why I wore that back in the day. It was because I wanted to make my face reveal a lot more spectacular than how it turned out. But obviously I didn't expect Tennessee to beat Alabama back in 22. And I figured by that point, everybody had been asking me to reveal my face. And wearing those masks in all of my videos was just such a burden on me because it kept falling down and my nose kept getting revealed. So I just went ahead and was like, screw it. We're just going to take everything off and start anew. So that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, I would imagine it was kind of hard to also breathe in that thing.
Yeah. Let's see. I need Julio to do the bubble screen bit he did from last year's Alabama preview stream.
Oh, I don't even remember that. Oh, I remember yelling about the bubble screen.
Yeah, you've had a couple of crash outs before.
I know he's crashed out about Miami on here before.
Yeah, you got to go back and find that one.
Yeah, well, that was just because the reason the thing with Miami though is that earlier that day, I remember what made me mad about it was I can't remember, one of my friends on I do Twitter Spaces with sometimes. I think his name is Slim Shady Canes or whatever.
Yeah, that's what he's called.
Yeah. Anyway, he was talking about how good Miami was, and then I think they ended up losing to Georgia Tech, and he was laughing at me because he's like, "We're gonna beat Georgia Tech this year," and then I came in there, I was like, and then I literally just went on like a 20-minute rant about why they will never beat Georgia Tech.
Okay, so if you guys want. Well, there you go. If you're wondering where, Julio went off, I guess just Go back to the week after Miami beat Georgia Tech, and there's your Georgia Tech beat Miami, and that's your answer.
Yeah. It was around that time, and then I think I also did another one after they lost to Syracuse.
Something like that, yeah. Let's see. When we start the Tartaria College Football 26 Dynasty, I've already started that. All the details are in the Squidtard Discord. Cam Ward not quitting Miami bowl game challenge impossible. Still one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Is him opting in for one half and then opting out the second, which of course cost Miami that game and ended up losing the Pop-Tart Bowl. Good job. Had the top prospect in terms of quarterbacks in the country, and the accolade you had to show for it is the Pop-Tart runner-up. Whee! Carson Beck would never quit the Pop-Tart Bowl. Well, good, because they might be going right back to it this year.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that. I think Miami's probably going to make the playoffs this year. The main thing they had trouble with last season was stopping anybody because their secondary was basically utterly useless. Now they've got some guys from the portal who are going to make a difference to that. So pending Cristobal doesn't do what he usually does and flop like a fish and die, then more than likely Miami will be in the playoffs this year. Not as a bye, because I do think they'll probably lose to Clemson in the ACC championship, but they'll probably make it in there as a 9 seed or something. I think they'll be a team that goes on the road, basically.
Man.
GamerDog33, shout out to him for the $2 super chat, says, what was your favorite Get Out vid? There's some good ones I've made. The Tennessee one was really good, where it's the message to all Tennessee fans, and I just completely crash out over our offense and everything like that. The Bama one was funny because it was where it was literally just me laughing at them for losing to Michigan. Although I feel like my favorite is probably the Georgia one because of the take on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song. Either that or the Oregon one for the same reason.
I really like the Kentucky one, to be honest with you, the Kentucky basketball one.
That was a good one, yeah.
Let's go, Kroger-ring, Kroger-ring, Kroger-ring. Let's go, Kroger-ring. You can always count on us.
Yeah. The beginning of the Indiana one was hilarious. Oh, yeah. Epic rap battles of history. Eminem versus IBS. My name is Eminem, and I like to rap. Ah! Julio, did you ever see any of those Get Out videos I made for when the?
Yeah. I've seen all of them. I remember. I think I watched all the Get Out videos.
Which ones were your favorite?
I don't know. Probably the Tennessee one, even though I was kind of pissed.
No, well, it was for good reasons.
But yeah, that was probably it. Another one, I'm trying to think of what the other one was. I think it was the Notre Dame one was pretty good, and the Georgia one was too.
Oh yeah, I feel like the Notre Dame one was a little weak, honestly. I had a good inspiration in mind because of Notre Dame's backstory, but I just don't know if I hit that one hard enough. I'll get an extra try, though, because they're probably going to make the playoffs again this year. So I'll probably get an extra shot. Let's see. Is it me, or as soon as the Cristobal left Oregon for Miami, he went from being in the conversation with one of the best coaches in the country to just being an afterthought and ignored? Well, a lot of that is due to the fact that he underutilizes talent. That's based on recruiting. He recruits at a top 5, top 10 level, should have the talent to not only compete with all of his tank conference teams, but beat the ever-loving hell out of him, and he just never does. When you let a team like Cal, who couldn't even score on Florida State, when you let Cal go in and put up 40 on you, you know you done messed up. You needed a miracle comeback at the end of that game against Cal to be able to get the win over them. And then, honestly, Miami could have been way worse last year than what they 10-2. They got lucky against Virginia Tech. It took an overturned Hail Mary catch for them to beat Virginia Tech. So, yeah. Jared's in the chat. He says Lucas ain't ready for the smoke. He ain't, Jared. He ain't. I can confirm that.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is...
By the way, Jared, are you able to share your screen? Because we're thinking about playing this game on the live for all the people to watch. And basically, we'll let these two battle it out and fight, cockfight each other, and then I can continue to answer the comments like I've been doing.
I got my money on Jared. Says the person who doesn't even have the game,
Well,
Connor.
he's smart. I've got the money. I think Jared's winning. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be close.
I don't care. The world's against me. I'm gonna prove the world wrong. I don't care. I like it when people doubt me.
Oh crap! Jared can't screen share. Lucas
needs to stream. I'll stream after this.
So we can't broadcast it on the podcast.
Probably not, but I'll stream it after the podcast. Or well, I guess what I make is it possible I could do a private stream, then I could give you the link?
No, that's not. Yeah, that won't work. I don't know why you can't just stream through the Discord, because you did that when or no, never mind, you didn't do that.
That was KJ.
Yeah, I was thinking of that game. I wish you could join. I wish you could join as like a spectator and then watch the two of them battle it out. That would solve all these problems. Matty, clowning on Jared is normally a pastime for me, but I can't even say anything after last season. No, you cannot. No, you can't.
Well, what I can do, last time I was able to get the Discord call to hook up to my PS5, but I would have to hook up my Elgato, which shouldn't be a problem.
You think you can do that for us? We're gonna try we're gonna try and make this work, everybody. This is gonna be primetime entertainment here on Squidtard Sports.
Yeah, I can try to stream on my channel, and I can hook up my Elgato, and it should be able to connect like the Discord audio to the stream audio.
Right. Opinion on Rutgers this season? Well, I think it's going to be more of the same, even if the injury bug isn't really much of a part of it. Did Athon Krakatoa, did he transfer to Minnesota? I'm trying to remember that. Or is he still at Rutgers? I'm thinking he's still at Rutgers, but I thought he transferred. Or was he originally at Minnesota? I can't keep track of what's going on with y'all's offense at this point. I know you guys got DT Sheffield, but that's between him and Ian Strong, you don't really have many weapons going on with the offense. So, the defense, you guys did get a bunch of transfers out of the defense, though, so that should go a long way. I think it'll be more of the same for Rutgers, though. You'll probably make a bowl game, maybe win that bowl game. I'm thinking at max 8 games. But still, really good for Rutgers. Really, really good for Rutgers. Does 2001 still hurt as a Vols fan? Well, thankfully, I wasn't born around that time, so it doesn't personally hurt me. But, yeah, I can see why it would hurt everybody else, because that was the closest we've been to a national title since '98.
Yeah, I wasn't even alive during that time. I was -3 years old.
Well, we win that game, we're in the national title conversation. I mean, we're in the national title. We win that game versus LSU, so...
Yeah. The quarterback for Rutgers transferred from Minnesota before last season.
That's so, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to make sure. I remember reading up on that, and I was like, Athon Krakatoa, I thought he transferred back to Minnesota. I was like, no, that can't be right. I was thinking it would have been an upgrade, though. He's not very good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to keep up with players nowadays with the transfer portal and everything.
You got to double check and make sure, and that's exactly what I did. I wasn't alive to experience the revival of LSU football, sadly. Well, you're here in the midst of them being a decent football program, so take for that what it is.
What was you a fan when they won the title in 2019?
Again, I was So when I became a college football fan, I was a fan of both Tennessee and LSU. I was a certified two-teamer because I rooted for both of those teams. But as the years progressed onwards, I definitely started to side on the spectrum of Tennessee. So by the point we got to 2019, like obviously I was happy about it not being Georgia or Alabama who won it. But, I was I was more indifferent about it. I was like, LSU is your national title winner. All right, cool. And then that was it. By that point, I had moved on. We were talking about Tennessee and, how they were going to shit the bed in 2020.
You were allowed to have 2 teams, but I can't have 9 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm joking, by the way. People keep saying that I have, especially Connor, he keeps saying I have, 9 teams, but Tennessee will always be my one team. Yes, there's other teams that I like. I like to watch them, and, I'll root for them. But listen, Tennessee will always be my number 1 team.
Yeah. Well, I'll never put their success over my own team. And I certainly won't get on here and be like, well, I would care about Tennessee shitting the bed every single week, but at least LSU's undefeated. No, I wouldn't be running around here doing that. That would be stupid. And anybody who does that is stupid too. Especially, there are some morons on here, this YouTube feed. I know this guy who's a Georgia and he's a fan of all the Georgia schools. Georgia Tech, Georgia State, Georgia Southern. And see, the automatic issue with that is you're talking about 2 rivals that hate each other and you're a fan of both. That's illegal in the world of college sports, buddy. So that's like rule numero uno.
Yeah, I think I know who you were talking about. But I'm not gonna say who it was, but I know who you're talking about.
I think George McIntyre gets a lot of playing time this season. He's got my highest ceiling of any Tennessee quarterback, in my opinion. I think we'll get some playing time in the kind of how Merklinger was last season under Nico, where we were beating the ever living hell out of teams like Kent State or whatever. I think he'll come in the third quarter of UAB and stuff like that, and then dominate, score some garbage time points. But I don't think it's going to be anything starting unless Joey Aguilar gets hurt.
Yeah, I think honestly, this is just my opinion. I'm really high on George McIntyre. He looked really good in the spring game to me, and I've been hearing he's been looking pretty decent in practice. He's not. I guess Julio didn't agree with that take. But he's obviously not going to be the starter this year. It's Aguilar's spot to lose. But I think George McIntyre, there's a really good shot he'll probably be the starting quarterback next year. Yeah. And that would probably lead to, Merklinger transferring out.
So did you ever set up that Elgato?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get to it right now. Let me turn off my PS5 first.
What I was going to say about whenever we were letting Merklinger in there, I feel like we should have just let him play ball against Tennessee. And I know we're like, oh, it's 65-0 at halftime. But still, your other QB needs reps.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't our fault if you can't stop someone. That's always how I felt about, if you're going to blow someone out or whatever, just blow them out. It would feel really demoralizing to me if someone, started, dicking around or, not trying or whatever. I don't know, it just feels demoralizing to me. It'd make me feel worse.
Yeah, now Jared's saying you ain't ready for the smoke, Lucas. Jared is waiting for WolVolrine.
A WolVolrine. Quack. Yeah.
Hey, Squid, whenever you simulate, would you send me a message right before you simulate in the online down?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Something's exploding in the background.
I said, would you mind sending me a message to let me know whenever you're in a simulate in the online dynasty?
Yeah. Well, did you ever play your game?
Yeah, I got. That's what I'm about to do right now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
All right, let's see if it did it.
I was just, because the thing was, I didn't know whenever you simulated or whatever, because what was it, the preseason or whatever. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
scout the people because I didn't know I didn't know what day you were gonna press, advance.
Yeah. Okay, then, do you guys want to transition, since obviously Jared's not here, do you guys want to transition over to the Discord, and then you can share screen there, Lucas?
Oh, I don't think I'll be able to, like I said, share screen in the Discord, but like I said, I could be able to stream on YouTube for my Elgato and then bring the voice channel audio over to my stream.
Okay, yeah, no, that's way too complicated. If you're not able to stream it, that's fine. We'll just you can just do it off the air or live stream it that way, and then we can laugh at you over on your stream.
Okay. Let me see if I can get it to work though.
Day 3 of asking for the Butch Jones Experience Champions of Life video. Yeah, at some point I'll definitely get around to that, Maddie. Don't I will definitely get around to it at some point. Don't count on it being soon, but at some point I know for a fact I'll get around to it. Yeah. Jared's getting impatient.
Well, I mean, I don't have to show it if people don't want to see it.
Well, no, people want to see it. That's exactly why we're being as impatient as we are.
I guess I forgot to turn the HDCMI off. That's probably why.
Wah, wah. Well, alrighty then. What I'll probably do, Lucas, is that you can send me the link to the stream, and then I'll share it on Twitter. So then you guys can go watch him get punked again on the game.
Of course.
Yeah. But what'd you think I was gonna say?
Right.
But I'll share it. I'll share it on Twitter. You guys can watch it there. And well, yeah, most of you will probably be rooting for Jared.
I don't care. Me against the world. I like it.
I'm sure you do. Let's see. Day question mark asking for a BK vid. That's also coming sometime in the future. Yeah. My friend who was from Illinois with family in Wisconsin went to college in Minnesota and has a brother who likes it. Yeah, I can't even read all that. Yeah, he deserves to get clowned for that. Georgia Tech is a dark horse for the ACC. Absolutely agree with that. Haynes King is a pretty good quarterback. But I'm really high on Jamal Haynes. I think he is probably the best running back in that conference. And if Georgia Tech has built up an offensive line, really their biggest problem is kind of what Miami was. It's kind of like what Miami was last season, where it's their secondary that's sort of the biggest problem. And I think that's definitely going to impact them as the season progresses. But we'll see.
Here we go. I was able to get it.
Okay. WolVolrine.
Who said that?
Who do you think?
Connor.
No, you're wrong.
Is it nuclear?
No, you're correct.
I figured it would be either one of those two. Nuclear, he can't even beat me. I don't even know why he's talking.
Oh, by the way, Lucas, I gotta play you in the online dynasty.
That's
what?
coming
So
like
EA
week
can help
7.
you win again?
Haynes King is still in college. I swear he started college a year after me. It's been like 6 years. Yeah. Medical red shirts do a whole lot for you. If you get injured for any reason, like you can say, oh no, my toenail broke. That's not a toenail, but you get the idea. You can say your toenail broke and then get a medical red shirt, and suddenly you have another year of eligibility from nowhere. Great stuff.
Hey, it's not as bad as what the Jake Garcia dude who's been on like 4 different teams in 4 years.
Or Cam McCormick, who started he was a part of the 2016 class, graduated friggin' last year.
Well, technically he graduated before then, but he didn't stop playing college football.
Okay, yeah, you get the idea. Graduated from football.
LinkedIn University is where he's going next.
LinkedIn University. Yeah, we'll see about that. All right, guys. Well, we're about an hour 18 past. We got some great stuff planned for episode 100. So I'm gonna ask you guys real quick. I want to know. Do you guys want to do? We're gonna do this show on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Next Monday. All right.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, got it. Well, there you guys have it. Episode 100, the final episode of the Volstar podcast. Got a lot planned for it. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to do it at the same... Should we start it an hour earlier? You think we should start at 7? I think we should start at 7. All right. We're going to start the Volstar podcast, the final episode at 7 o'clock, when we're going to run it double the time length of what this live stream has been. So it'll be at least 2 hours, if not more. We'll be doing a giveaway. We'll spin the wheel for all the super chats that we get. That'll go directly towards the wheel. And the winner of that will receive a limited edition Volstar Podcast t-shirt that only me, Lucas, or Julio will get the privilege of wearing. And, of course, the person that wins it. So, yep, that's all we got for tonight, you guys. Appreciate everybody for watching tonight. It's been a great night, as always. Love each and every one of you. We'll see you guys next week. And as always, of course, power to Tardaria and go Vols. And we'll see you next time. And we're done.